Okay, Torah concept in the New Testament. Remember those who suffer. So this is quite foundational in the Torah. While Hebrews 3:13 explicitly commands believers to remember those who are in chains and those who are mistreated, the Torah embeds this ethic through identity memory, solidarity, and covenantal empathy. The Torah doesn't use the same wording, but it absolutely establishes a theological soil for which the author of Hebrews, pulls from. Okay, so the Torah parallels. One, remember that you were slaves in Egypt, the core Torah foundation. And we find that in Deuteronomy chapter 5, 15, 16, and 24. This is the Torah's primary empathy-forming command. Israel must remember their own suffering, so they will identify with others who suffer. 2, care for the stranger, the widow, the orphan, Exodus chapter 22, Deuteronomy 10, and chapter 24. The Torah's empathetic ethic. The Torah repeatedly commands Israel to protect those who are socially vulnerable. 3, do not harden your heart in Deuteronomy 15. The Torah's internal posture towards suffering. Okay, the Torah doesn't just command action, it commands empathetic disposition. Okay, 4, Israel's leaders must bear the burdens of the people. Exodus chapter 32, Numbers chapter 11, and Deuteronomy chapter 1. Moshe models the covenant solidarity with suffering. And 5, the Torah's law of justice protect those who suffer in Exodus 23, Leviticus 19, Deuteronomy 24. The Torah repeatedly commands Israel to intervene for the oppressed. And 6, the Jubilee and the Shabbat systems institutionalize care for the suffering. Exodus 23, Leviticus 25, Deuteronomy 15, etc. The Torah builds structural compassion into the calendar. Okay, so context here is remember your suffering, Egypt's suffering, empathy through identity. Remember prisoners as though they care for the vulnerable, stranger, widow, orphans, and so forth. God identifies with the oppressed, and remember those who are mistreated. And we're to have compassion, etc. So the core insight here is that Torah does not say remember prisoners, but it absolutely establishes the covenantal ethic behind Hebrews 13, verse 3. Remember the suffering, those who suffer, because you were once sufferers, because God hears the cries of the oppressed, and because covenant identity demands solidarity. And this is how the author of Hebrews taught Torah. The Torah has not passed away.